Rundown, September 1st, new month, no Portnoy, waiting on Brady Day, so we're at my apartment, but also I haven't gone to the office in forever because there's no need for me to do that, so I stay here. First topic is race, which seems to happen a lot when I'm on here. Idris Elba has been rumored to be the next Bond. Now I guess one of the James Bond writers, I thought the main guy's dead, but I guess this is some other dude, said he can't play James Bond because he's too street. Kevin, let's go to you if it's race.
Saying too street is stupid because that just sounds like, super racist because you're just saying too black. I read your blog. It makes sense. I'm not gonna I'm not gonna be outraged over this. We're talking about a fictional character, a fictional story, like you said. You can make him whatever you want. I'm not gonna be up in arms about it. Whatever. But if James Bond is a white dude, then he's played by a white character. If Spider-Man is a fucking white straight guy, then you can't make him a black guy or a gay guy. There are certain characters that have certain traits and certain characteristics, certain personalities, and that's the way they were written in a book or a comic book or whatever the fuck, or real life, whatever it may be based on. You can't just go changing that and making it up without expecting people to be like, what the fuck? That's not James Bond. James Bond is a white British guy. So I get what you're saying, but I think that, whatever the character is, the way they were originally written is how they should be played.
Dan?
First, I want to set the expectations for this rundown, just so everyone's clear. I don't know any of the topics. I didn't read up on them. I'm having a life hangover today.
Can I ask a real quick question? I feel like you only don't read the topics when I'm on. Do you do this to fuck me?
No.
I know. Fucks over fights.
I did all summer. No, I did all summer. I read the topics. We did it. We did this rundown, the three of us, all summer long, and I read the topics all summer long. Here's my problem: having a life hangover day, which means I didn't drink yesterday, but when you get to 30, you're a little overweight. You just feel like crap, and it's just absolute shit. I feel like dog shit today for no reason. I'm not sick. I'm just unhealthy. I'm one of those.
Can I say something again? Summer has officially ended. So that means we're not fat anymore, though. That means we're not fat anymore. That's science.
You know what, John? I probably have that disorder that people get when the weather changes.
Sad
or whatever.
Sad.
Seasonal affective disorder already? September 1, Dan has sad.
Okay. Back to this thing. I just Googled this guy. He's Stringer Bell. Right. So that's just throwing that out there for anyone who didn't know. I kind of agree with Kevin. You can't just change the race of a character like this midstream. There's been, 7,000 Bonds? But if we're going to open it up to anyone, I want to say Spy, Melissa McCarthy, really good. Let's just fucking throw it out there. Make Bond a woman. If we're going to go this way, I think it should be open casting call and a fan vote. Whoever we want to be Bond is the new Bond.
Here's the thing. I'm not voting for giving Idris Elba my vote of confidence just because he's black. He's the best option. Idris Elba would be an awesome Bond. There's no one else that's good who's British who would be oh yeah, that's who I can see as Bond. Someone told me Tom Hardy. I love Tom Hardy. He'd suck as James Bond.
They don't have to be British, do they?
I mean, you have to, if you can't be black, he has to be British.
No,
so you can't.
You fake a fucking British accent. What the hell? I'm James Bond.
But
that's
done. Big cat James Bond.
Cat for Bond. Big cat for Bond.
But with
Bond. It out there.
Get that trending. Hashtag Big Cat for Bond.
With fictional characters, it's like a kid drawing in a coloring book. You can be you don't have to stay in the lines. You can do whatever the fuck you want, dude. There's no reason he has to stay white. It's like when Christian Bale just played Moses. No one wanted to go see a fucking Arab dude play Moses, so they made Christian Bale do it. Same thing with Bond. No one wants to go see fucking. I can't even think of a British guy I'd go see as Bond. I think Idris Elba would do it.
Tom Hardy's a good choice. Why would that be bad?
Tom Hardy's too street. That's for real. Tom Hardy's too street. He's covered in tattoos. He used to do heroin or crystal meth or whatever fucking weird drugs he was on before he became an actor. He's too street. He's not suave enough to play Bond.
Don't know who that is either.
You don't know who Tom Hardy is? Dan, you need to work on the pop culture, bud.
You need to work on life, Dan. You're just in general.
I'm having a life hangover.
Literally, this life hangover. You don't know anything about anything right now.
He's Bane, Dan. Bane.
Got it. Got it. I know who Tom Hardy is now.
The fact that you watched The Wire and didn't know who Idris Elba is
I didn't know his real name, dude. Fuck that. Learning like real actors' names is for the birds. I don't have enough. I have enough in my brain that I don't need to be throwing random names in there. Like, so I can be like, oh yeah, look, I want him to be Bond. Just say fucking Stringer Bell. That's all. That's what we all know. He's Stringer Bell. Just say his name.
But you know Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah, but that's different. She's a superstar.
I thought he was going to say, like, the actress of a generation. I knew something ridiculous was going to come out of his mouth there.
All right, next up, Bieber is rapey.
What do you mean? Oh, when you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no. What do you mean? Oh, when you nod your head yes, but you wanna say no. What do you mean?
I tweeted this at during the VMAs when he started because he has the line in the song when you say no but you mean yes or whatever the fuck it is. When you say no, whatever it is. And I knew like these think pieces were gonna start flowing by like the feminists, which I hate that they've trained me to like hear a line like that I know has nothing to do with rape, but they've trained me to be like, oh fuck, here comes the rape. And then Lena Dunham was tweeting about it today that like we need to stop confusing girls in pop culture or whatever the fuck it is. All kinds of nonsense. I don't even bother remembering it. Dan, I'm gonna go to you first.
This is like the most cliche rape outrage ever because you know what? Let's be honest here. Bieber is a little rapey. He has a little bit of a rapey vibe. Lena Dunham is like the outrage woman, flag like bearer. And so the two of them clashing on this over a song. This is like, I feel like they almost made it up. I feel like Dunham and Bieber probably got together and they're like, let's just do page views. And it's the most stereotypical rape outrage of 2015.
Kev.
Lena Dunham, did your sister say yes or no when you fingered her when she was 1 year old?
That happened?
Yeah, that
Lena
happened.
Dunham was 7 years old. She fingered her 1-year-old sister, Dan.
That's rape.
She wrote it in her memoir how she used to. She said explicitly she used to spread open her sister's vagina. She said she used to kiss her sister. She said when her grandmother died, she was excited that her sister would come to her for hugs and comfort. Fuck Lena Dunham, you giant bag of milk. You are in no position to be talking about rapey shit when you did all that to your sister. End rant.
I'm like sick right now. I didn't know. I knew I knew that like the finger thing happened. I didn't know the torrid details that it was over her grandma. Like she crashed a funeral to finger her 1-year-old sister. That's.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. Going into these rundowns where I don't know the topics and I don't read up, I learn something new every single time. I learned Stringer Bell's real name. I learned Lena Dunham raped a baby. Boom, 2 for 2. Let's keep going.
Dude, the thing, like I said, I hate that they trained me to do it because it's the Twitter world where it's like, let's break a song down to 140 characters. If you want to take that one line out of context, yeah, I guess it's rapey.
But Bieber is a little rapey. Let's just be honest.
Yo, but
But she's not saying Bieber's rapey. She's saying the song's rapey.
Yeah, but Bieber himself is a little rapey.
I guess with that haircut, he kind of looks like.
It's like a vibe. Yeah, like that haircut was like, oh, dude, that's a fucking dude that would rape someone.
But it's
like,
about fucking just fighting with your girlfriend. I get in plenty of arguments with girls that aren't revolving around me sticking their dick in them. Like, they're plenty wish-washy on their own besides the intercourse part.
Yeah, that's the whole song is just, he said, there was a quote where he was like, you know how girls kind of like can never really make up their mind and never know what they want? That's all it is. That's fucking all it is. Once again, you say this kind of stuff promotes rape culture, and it's a slap in the face to actual sexual assaults.
Like, chicks will dump you and then want you back. Never happened to me personally, but that's a thing that girls do nonstop.
Usually when they dump you, they're just done with it.
Oh, with me, it's
run away.
It's rear view.
When they say no, they mean no, and they run away.
Next up,
Maybe,
Minecraft.
Maybe.
The dude who invented Minecraft, which, Dan, I learned something today, is not Minesweeper. I don't know what Minecraft is, but
Yo,
the dude who invented
the guy who invented Minesweeper was worth billions. Minesweeper is the worst fucking game in the history of the computer.
Yeah, but it keeps you like there forever. So it's one of those things that like you play that game. If they figured out a way to monetize Minesweeper, it would be more. It would be a higher stock than Twitter.
I'll be perfectly honest. I have really no idea how to like win Minesweeper.
Right.
I used to just put flags and click around, and then eventually.
The only reason I stopped playing Minesweeper is I have a Mac and they don't install it on Mac.
Exactly. I thought of Minesweeper like it's like the Big Bang Theory of computer games. Like it doesn't make sense. It's not fun, but it's got syndication and now it's worth a ton of fucking money. It's on every PC you get.
Minesweeper and Snake for Nokia phones are two games that should never have gone away.
No, I was going to say, you can't compare Snake to Minesweeper. Snake is awesome.
Snake's
I know, but they're two games that I would play no matter what under any. I would still play that every single day no matter what. And Brick Breaker for BlackBerry. I used to fucking... Dude, when I beat that, when I was a Cube Monkey and I beat that, I used to play like for legit like 5 hours straight.
You know what the best was? When you could get the ball behind the bricks and they would just go... And you just sit there and watch them brick away. It was like sex.
But then you beat it. Then you beat it and it just starts over again. You're like, what the fuck? I thought like I thought I was gonna win $1 million when I beat it. It was so hard.
Anyway, this dude who invented this game Minecraft, which isn't Snake, Brick Breaker, or Minesweeper, he's worth I think $2.5 billion. And he was just tweeting like a sob story the other night. He was in Ibiza and he's never felt more alone. When he's back in Sweden, he has to wait for his friends to finish their work before they can hang out like a fucking 3-year-old. He had his girlfriend leave him because she couldn't handle his lifestyle, and she's dating a normal dude now. Just like tears on tears on tears. Cry me a fucking river, Kevin.
Yeah, it's more money, more problems, man. This is kind of like, I think, when we complain about being bloggers and people get all mad at us. This guy's like, billionaire life ain't so easy. It made sense. It kind of made sense to me. I'm trying to defend him. I'm trying to take the other side of it. He's totally a cocksucker and he's annoying. But I'm just saying, when I complain that like being a blogger sucks and everyone's like, what the fuck do you mean it's the best? I kind of feel like this is the next level of that, where this guy actually says it's not as good as we think. But I don't know. I had a fucking $1 billion and I was living in Ibiza. I would just buy my friends. They wouldn't even need jobs. When he's like, oh, no one's around to play with me, just buy them. Just be like, here's your new salary, and you can hang out with me all day long. Isn't that that you have an entourage? You have people. So this guy, his real problem is that he just sucks at being rich. It's not that he's lonely and all that shit. You just don't know how to spend your money right, you idiot.
Dan.
Dave bought Hank, so there you go, right there. That's exactly what you would do if you were a billionaire.
You know how many Hanks you could buy if you invented Minecraft? You could have 1 million Hanks.
You have an army of Hanks.
Yeah, just like fucking up everywhere and just making fun of them. Anyway, this does make no sense, and that's why I think he's trolling. That's the only explanation I have in my brain. Because if you're a billionaire, like, honestly, anytime you get sad, anytime you're like, I'm not having fun, I would just jump on my jet ski, like, whip a couple shitties, and then, like, drink a fucking drink, do some, drugs, and be like, hey, I'm happy again.
You know the reason why I think I agree with that is that you wouldn't specify, like, oh, I'm hanging out in Ibiza on the beach doing literally whatever I want, and it's still... You would just say, like, even though I have a lot of money, I'm still actually kind of, like, upset on the inside. The fact that you listed all his awesome shit is like, yeah, you're doing this on purpose.
At the end of the day, what this guy basically is saying is that he's too big of a pussy to party hard. Because, like, anytime you're rich and you don't have anything to do, just fucking party your ass off.
Drugs, yeah.
But he's a weird... Like, since I don't know what Minecraft is, I'm just, like, associating it with different games. Now that I know it's not Minesweeper, I'm going to go with Craft. I'm thinking it's like World of Warcraft now. If you create a game like that, you have to be a weirdo. That's why I think this is real. Like, yeah, he's lonely because he's weird and doesn't know how to spend money. And that's why your girlfriend left you. It's not because she can't keep up with your lifestyle. It's because you fucking suck as a person.
I want to reach out to this guy and be like, I'll be your friend. You just got to give me like $5 million, and I'll hang out with you in Ibiza. Done.
Make you laugh all day, dude. Whatever.
A little bit of the day.
It's a little rundown constantly for you, pal.
Next up, RG3, speaking of people who suck and are weird. I guess on Instagram last night, he liked a rant taking apart the Redskins and the coaching staff and Dan Snyder. this morning, early this morning, he took it back and said that was his social media intern. I don't know, Dan.
I mean, that I know everyone's like killing him for it, and the fact that he said the social media intern thing. You have to say something. You're not going to tell the truth, so you just make up a bullshit excuse. I don't think RG3 himself didn't believe that. So it's not like a big deal that he did that. It just shows, and what we've known forever is he is like the weakest, like smallest child in his brain. Like this is a sign. I'm not trying to be all Skip Bayless meatball here, but if your franchise quarterback is tweeting like a 13-year-old girl, it's in the cards that this shit's gonna happen. And we saw this like 3-4 years ago. So none of this should be surprising to anyone.
Kev?
He should have just told the truth and been like, yeah, fuck this franchise, fuck this team, I don't like him. Because to be honest, his time there is done one way or the other. So you might as well just come out and say that and totally fuck them. No sort of leverage to move him at all. They have to cut him. They have to just move on from him. I don't even think it would have been that bad if he just said, yeah, I did it because I fucking hate the Redskins.
I've actually done a 180 on RG3. I used to hate him. I love him now because it's not even his fault. The Redskins broke him. The Redskins broke him down as a person and as a man. They ruined him, not him. He was awesome his first year. He could be good somewhere else. So what he needs to do is shoot his way out of town like this. He needs to just do these things and not apologize. He needs to like jump on the campaign to change the name bandwagon. Like start posting shit that like Redskins are offensive and all that kind of shit. So they have no choice but to get rid of him because that's the only way he has a future at all in the NFL.
He should also, if we want to talk about change the name stuff, he should go by Bob. He should change he should just go by Bob Griffin. No RG3, none of that bullshit. Just change his name to Bob Griffin, and you're a different quarterback.
Imagine if he just started calling himself Bobby. Just like, listen, just
Bobby Griffin. Dude.
Bobby Griffin needs to get out of town. Bobby Griffin needs to change his
Close your eyes, okay? I got this mobile black quarterback from Baylor who broke all the records. His name's Bobby Griffin. The guy lights up the field. Tell me you don't want him.
Want him. I want him.
Yeah.
Right
now.
I want him.
First round pick for him.
He's got to get rid of those. He's got to get rid of those fucking dread cornrows bullshit. Either shave that right off.
Shave head Bobby Griffin. Love it. Love it.
That guy. If I didn't have the two best quarterbacks in the NFL on my team right now, I'd take that guy in a fucking heartbeat.
God damn it, I hate you.
But one thing I will defend Griffin on. Well, I've defended him on everything. One more thing. No one in the Redskins was tagged in that post. You can like that. It's like if someone tweets at me, Prez sucks. I'll like it. But if they tweet me, Atstool Presidente sucks, I won't because then he'll see it.
About that, I was actually thinking about how if we had to apologize for every time we said something bad about our company. Oh, my God.
Like, nothing he liked in there was wrong.
I made a whole fucking song about how much I hate my boss and this whole company and did no apologies at all, let alone lying about it. Oh, that was an intern. Fuck that.
Finally, we come to Charlie Strong. I will present the picture. Now I will tell you it's fake, but you already laughed, so it doesn't count. It was photoshopped, I guess, by one of the guys on the team who he always makes fun of for being short, who he's the same size as. But still, the picture, when I first saw it, I lost it this morning. Kevin, go ahead.
We're just lucky that we're blessed with Tippy Toes Portnoy, and we don't have to do any photoshopping. He just does it. He just makes fun of himself on his own for being what? I think 5'7", is it?
I think it's 5'6". I think probably listed as 5'7", but actual weight.
I think that's generous. I think that's generous. So I think when your coach is Charlie Strong, when your leader is Portnoy and he's 5'6", you don't have to worry about any photoshops. Just the joke's right itself.
Dan,
this is one of those times where we all wanted it to be real so badly that none of us used our brain. Because I just looked at it again. It's like, dude, he's legit like 5 feet in this. We would have known already that Charlie Strong was a midget. You could see the guy in the background who he would like. Charlie Strong would come up to his cock if this was his real height. So it's just one of those things. Like we all were like, "Oh my god, this is amazing!" All of us fell for it. But if just one person was like, "Dude, hold on,"
before Feidelberg told me it was fake, I was like, how do they let him on a step stool? There's nobody in this school who's gonna say don't stand on a step stool by the podium? Obviously, it's not real.
They do that. There's a Boston sports guy, Dale Arnold, who he stands on a step stool behind the desk when he does Bruins games because he's so fucking short. But I believed this because he's such a hard ass. Like, he's such a disciplinarian. You can see he has a Napoleon complex, much like Portnoy. Like, always yelling at people, always making up these crazy rules and freaking out for shit that he, like, really isn't that big a deal. That's what little people do. That's what Charlie Strong does. That's what Portnoy does. It makes perfect sense. It was definitely part of the thing where Dan said where it's like you want it to be true, but it's also like, okay, yeah, this explains like a lot of this man's personality now.
Correct.
And that's the rundown. Dan.
Commercial.
We didn't do a commercial.
Not the commercial.
Dan, are you leaving for the Dixie tour tomorrow?
Thursday.
So we'll save that for tomorrow.
I've convinced myself, and this is a bad spot to be in, I've convinced myself that Wisconsin's going to beat Alabama. So,
Bama still doesn't have a quarterback.
neither does Wisconsin, but that's
Okay.
not that. But here's the thing: Wisconsin never has a quarterback, so it's not like new. Bama has to deal with not having a quarterback, which is semi-new. So
Let me ask you this: today you're suffering from a life hangover. What the fuck was going to happen to you on the Dixie tour?
I actually don't know. I was thinking about that. I was doing the math in my head because I'm flying to Charlotte on Thursday. We're going to the South Carolina-North Carolina game. Then we're driving to Dallas. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to survive. I seriously don't. I think I need to go to sleep right now and wake up on Thursday morning.
Dude, I didn't know you were driving to Dallas. I
Yeah.
figured Portnoy was going to get you a flight from Charlotte to Dallas and
Dude,
meet
no,
him there.
it's for content, you know? I'm a company man. I'll do anything for the team, anything for content.
Fuck that! I would
Hank's
never
like-
in a million years do
It's like there's a king bed in the back of the bus, and we'll let you have it. I was like, thanks, dude. I think that's fair. Like the
Dude.
fucking 30-year-old blogger who doesn't leave his house is sacking up and going on a 3-day bus tour with a bunch of 21-year-olds who are, living it up. I saw the video today. I was exhausted. I was exhausted from watching a 5-minute video.
I actually haven't watched it yet. What do they do? Is it when they're like hunting?
They're drinking Red Bulls. They're fucking doing like young stuff, and I was just like, dude, I need to drink more coffee. Like I'm gonna be IV with coffee the whole time.
It would have been so Barstool if that bus was really broken.
Oh, by the way, that bus is definitely gonna break at some point. Got it.
I'm pretty stressed. Like, this is probably one of the worst things that can happen. Day 7, it's not a good look. What's up?
I mean, I would have taken the under on 7 days if we had placed bets on it. No one knows how to drive that size of a fucking bus. You can't just like hop behind the wheel like it's a normal car.
It's just a law of averages too. Like they're gonna log so many miles and so much road time. I'm just thinking like they might die, and I know that's fucked up to say. It's gonna be really fucked up when we replay this at Hank's funeral. But I think they're gonna die.
He's gonna go out doing what he loves. That's fine.
I will say this. People said that about us on the Blackout Tour. Like, we'd never driven a fucking huge trailer or a fucking box truck or anything like that. And we made it.
Yeah, but I feel like that.
Wait, so even more law of averages. We're doing it
Right.
again the second time.
Right.
If
Yeah,
you guys
well,
there's
yeah.
no-
That's a lot of miles.
I did pop a tire going to get Burger King at 2 a.m. once with a little bit of a buzz. I will say that. That they should probably steer clear of the buzzed driving. I wasn't drunk driving. I was buzzed.
They got that weird Russian guy or something, right? Isn't he like?
No, the Ben guy is the one who's driving. I don't know. It's gonna be. I'm exhausted already.
Wait, he's driving the whole way?
I guess I'll drive. I don't fucking care.
How do you draw that short straw? That's like.
I think when you don't.
The Russian guy was like, I'm not going to drink. I'm going to film all the time.
By the way,
Driving too.
can we talk about this for a second? I love Hank. I'm Team Hank till I die.
I know what you're gonna say. I agree.
But the Russian guy's the video guy, and he's really good at editing. Caleb is Daddy Dixie. Ben's the bus driver. What do you say you do around here, Hank? What exactly do you
Watch
say?
the intro video. He's the handsome one. That's his role. He plays the handsome guy.
No, I didn't think you were gonna say that. I thought you were gonna say like, Yev's really, really good at video.
Oh, he is. He's really, really good.
They're awesome. All their videos. They've done what 3 videos now. They're like light years better than any video we've ever done.
Oh, without a doubt. It's not even close.
They got like fucking what
He
you
did
would call
this
it.
thing with the last one where there's like raindrops on the camera, And I was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, I mean, Hank would waterlock like 6 cameras to try to get that fucking visual.
he's turned Hank into like an amateur, which he is. But like he has us thinking he's Spielberg. He probably went to fucking film school for 2 semesters, and we're like, "Whoa, this guy's unbelievable! Get him to Lucasfilms ASAP."
Love it. Set the bar real low, and then if you can just show any level of competency, you're a rock star here. That's kind of the Barstool. That's the American dream. That's the Barstool dream.
I know nothing about Yev. I love Yev.
Yeah.
Hank is also entrenched. Doesn't matter. He doesn't have to actually do anything anymore. He's already earned his spot. Portnoy is never going to let him go. They're best friends. That's what Hank is. He's Dave's best friend for when Dave lets him go.
I will say, I thought that did you see the Dixie intro vid where like Caleb's kind of hanging out in front of the bus? I thought that vid was hysterical, first of all. But second of all, I thought Yev was Hispanic. And I thought, did you notice that it was really hard to understand what Caleb said? And I thought he said, "Are you a spick?"
I gotta ask you though. You're not a. Nah. I was joking, bro.
And I was like, whoa, we're getting like real Dixie right off the bat, like appealing to a whole different demographic right away. I guess kind of the same demographic, but a more vocal one.
Make it more popular down there, to be honest.
Speaking of that, last thing on the Dixie bus. Thank God the Confederate flag thing happened where they took everything down, because no doubt in my mind would that bus just be draped in Confederate flags if this was last year. Draped! Like, head to toe Confederate flags.
No, man, because the Confederacy doesn't pay. Dave doesn't take Confederate bonds. You need DraftKings money if Dave's gonna paint it.
We would have the whatever, the General Lee horn, whatever they have in I can't remember. I'm so fucked up. I'm having a life hangover.
Dukes of Hazzard is what you're looking for, Dan. Pop
Dukes of
culture.
Hazzard. There we go.
Do a little pop culture studying tonight, okay?
God damn it. No. Fuck no.
That's it.
Do your research, Dan. Do your research.
Read the story.
It's September baseball. I'm going to the Cubs tonight.
Do you even read the site that you write for? You don't even read your own site, Dan.
September baseball. Feels good. Kevin and I are about to ramp it up, baby. Turn it up to 11.
Kevin doesn't exactly get to talk shit today since we beat the fuck out of the Mets this weekend.
You won 2 out of 3. Get fucking lost, you loser.
That would be 2 out of 3. That's winning the series, no?
Yeah, but whatever.
Yeah, no. Good. Finish your sentence. You dropped 2 out of 3 to the worst team in the worst team in the American League. One of the worst. I think worst team in the AL East. I think we're second worst in the American League.
0-7 against the Cubs as well. That's why the Mets won't win the World Series.
Yeah.
I love when that gets brought up.
Yo, I'm not even gonna get into it. I'm not gonna do this.
0-7 against the Cubs. Yeah. Hey, what are you guys like? 70-1 against the Phillies? That's basically your entire record.
I think. And what do you have?
And I'm not apologizing for that at all, because shitting all over the Phillies has been fucking fantastic. Those fucking losers.
You have what? 22 of your last 30 games are against the Phils, Marlins, Braves.
No apologies about it, bro. You play your schedule. They took their lumps early on. Now they're getting to fatten up on the losers of the league.
No,
that's how you win division crowns, baby.
I completely agree. The Pats always get shit for having a weak schedule. No, we're just a good team.
Exactly.
It's like, oh, you're in the AL East. We're fucking fine in the league.
Take it.
The AL East and AFC East. Whatever. That's it.